from Everything Gwenny, and today it's Foodie Friday. And today we are making what's usually called roasted creamy tomato basil soup, but I'm not doing the basil, so it's just roasted creamy tomato soup for me. So I have a piece of, I have my cookie tray here, or whatever you want to call it, baking sheet, lined with parchment. And I have, it says 16 Roma or plum, or basically small tomatoes. So I have 2 packages of organic Campri tomatoes. They're organic, so you really don't have to wash them, but I'm going to just give them a quick rinse. And then you cut them in half. You place them on the cookie sheet with the parchment paper. You sprinkle it with salt and pepper, and then you roast it for 45 minutes. So I've already got the oven preheated to 400. Also at this point you can also, there's garlic that goes in this. You can add the garlic to this sheet as well to roast it, but we actually had roasted garlic last night for dinner. So I've already got the garlic roasted, so I don't have to roast it at this point. So like I said, I'm just going to throw the tomatoes in my strainer here, 1 package at a time. Put this in recycling and just give them a quick rinse. But they're organic, so there's not really much you have to wash off them. And I'm just going to take them one at a time and cut them in half and put them on the sheet. So let me find my knife that I like. And just like that. And that's it. You just do that and put them on there. I will fast forward through this part so you don't have to sit there and watch me cut them all up. Actually, I'm going to put these right side up because we salt and pepper them and drizzle them with oil. So I think they should be better if they're facing up. There we go. Just washing the second half. Lie down. My dogs are sitting here begging because they want some. They really like tomatoes. So I might have to, you know what, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tiniest one and put it to the side for them because they love it. And they're such good puppies just sitting here with their tongues out, creating piles of drool on the floor. And I've got a pretty full baking sheet already anyway, so. One more. Oh, see, now the other one's coming. It's like they know, they swear. They see me cut stuff and they know it's for them. Alright, that's pretty. I don't know why I'm worried about them being even, but. Okay, sit. Sit. Good puppy. Okay. The puppies have been satiated. Okay, so now since we generously salt and pepper them and then drizzle them with some oil. So of course I forgot the oil. So let me do the salt and pepper. And it said generously, so I'm going to be generous with my salt and pepper. I love tomatoes with salt and pepper. One of my favorite snacks when I was younger, not a lot younger, but like 20s maybe, was I found this cafe in Hamilton where I used to live, and they did buttered toasted bagels with just slices of tomatoes on it, and it was the best thing I'd ever tasted. I really liked it. Okay guys, go lay down. Go lay down. Alright, and now for the oil. I always am really bad at this whole drizzling thing, so let's just see if I can kind of get it going. Whoa, see, like that one there got a bath. That one there got a little bit of a bath. But there we go. So they're all drizzled with some oil. And now I'm going to put them in the oven and bake them for about 40 minutes at 400. And then we're going to start the second step. So I will be back in a second and shift you over. This step here is really easy. Just add some olive oil to the pan. And then I'm going to quickly cut up the red onion that I have. As usual, they say like 1 yellow onion. And as usual, as you know, if I don't have the yellow onion, then I have the quarter of a red onion that I've saved. This is my last quarter from the onion that we've been using for the last couple of recipes. So I'm just going to cut it up quickly and then toss it in. So you might hear me cutting up at the same time. Not a big fan of cutting onions, so as we're waiting for the heat to kind of warm up, I will slice them into small pieces. And basically all this is just for me to caramelize the onions. And like I said, I've already cooked my garlic, so usually at this point you would, let me just tilt that around so it kind of moves around a bit. Turn it down a bit. Cut up the rest of it. I'm going to probably throw the garlic in towards the end too, just to kind of warm it all up together. I swear this onion, red onion, was a massive onion. Like you figure we've used it for 4 different recipes now. It's still going. Lay down, Cal. Callie doesn't like when I turn the stove on. Sometimes the smoke detector goes off and she's very stressed out about the smoke detector. Aren't you, baby? So she's just sitting at the door waiting. Because if the smoke detector goes off, I let her out the door so she can get away. She doesn't like smoke either. Okay, Cal. Alright, that's the last of the onion. Just gonna get I'll turn it down a bit more. And we're just gonna get those going. Break them up a bit. And just get them caramelized. And at the same time we are currently baking the tomatoes in the oven at 400. And then once everything's done, we put it in a food processor and blend it all up together. So it doesn't matter, now that I realize it doesn't really matter how small I cut my onions because it's all going to be blended anyway. Now they say you can use a small yellow onion, but I prefer the red onions because of the antioxidants in the red. Alright, now I'm just going to go grab my garlic out. There's one piece. I'm actually going to add a third one. It says to use 2, but we're not doing the basil. And I really like garlic. So, there's my third one. And like I said, it doesn't matter because it's all going to get blended up together. And I'll put the rest of the garlic in the fridge. I think I have one more recipe that will use the roasted garlic later in the week. Oh, now there's a nice garlic smell. Okay, we'll just keep letting that sit. And so yeah, you guys don't have to watch the rest of this process. Basically, we're just going to caramelize the onions and then wait for the tomatoes to be done. And then add everything together and food processor it into a nice pulpy mess with some coconut milk. So I'll see you in a bit for that step. Alright everyone, we are back. The tomatoes are roasted. Let me just bring them over and give you a show. There's our roasted tomatoes. They look so good. We're going to throw them in to this, our food processor over here. Hopefully without making too much of a mess. Let me try using a spoon instead. Yeah, I think a spoon's going to be a better option to get these in. So we're just throwing them all into our food processor. And then we're going to add in the onions and garlic as well. Ooh, I almost lost the tomato. That would have been tragic. The dogs would have been happy, but I would not have been. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this. I love tomato soup. I've never made a homemade tomato soup. I've made homemade broccoli soup. I believe I've made homemade mushroom soup, but I don't think I've ever made homemade tomato soup. And this with coconut milk, which I also love. So this is going to be really good. Alright, so we've added that all in. And then in this pan here, we have our onions and garlic that I was also making on the stove earlier, which you saw. And so we'll add all that into our tomatoes. And we're just going to blend this all until it's smooth. Then we're going to put it in a pot and add our vegetable broth and our coconut milk. And basically warm everything all together so we have some lovely soup. So hopefully this is not too full. Let's see how it goes. Is it above the line? I just want to see if it's above the... Oh, I think it is above the line. Might get a little messy. Alright. Oh yeah, that's going to be messy. Alright, let's see how I can do this without making too much of a mess, hopefully. I'll bring the pot over. It smells delicious though. Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you how good this smells. Oh no, it didn't go over the line, I don't think. We should be good. Okay, I'm just scraping off the blades. I don't want to waste any of the goodness. Well, except for the goodness that went into the... Alright. Look at that. I hope you can see it all going in there. It almost looks like a tomato sauce, like for pasta. It's probably pretty similar at this point. Oh, it smells so good. So yeah, there you go. You can see in there all the sauce. Okay, I'm just going to unplug this. And just kind of push it back out of the way until I can put it away in the corner where we usually have it. Now we're going to add 1 can of coconut milk. So we use the Aroy D. It's upside down because the top doesn't like to open, but it's Aroy D coconut milk. This is our favorite. I've already pre-opened it because, as I've mentioned before, my can opener is a little finicky. So we're just going to go ahead and pour that in. Oh wow. I almost feel like there's more milk than tomato. Just stir it all up. And then at this point you can add 1 cup of water or vegetable broth. So I do have the vegetable broth. We have the organic vegetable broth from Imagine. Low sodium. I don't think we meant to get the low sodium on purpose, but it was just what it said. So I'm just going to measure out a cup. And it's not, and I need to use this for one of the other recipes later in the week, so I will just put this in the door of the fridge. And we will mix in, whoa, as I try to not spill it all over the place. All right. Just mix it all up. And now you just add salt and pepper to taste. Now with tomato soup, I usually like quite a bit of pepper. So I'm actually going to put quite a bit of pepper in. And I don't think I'm going to, well, maybe I'll add a tiny bit of salt, especially since it's low sodium vegetable broth. And that's it. I'm just going to mix it all up. Now I'm going to just take this back to the stove and then I'm just going to simmer it for about 10 minutes and then it's done. So that's it. My husband should be home soon, so I probably won't be able to do like a last minute update, but really it's not going to change what it looks like now, which is tomato soup. So yeah, I hope you guys really liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos or other things I do like gaming, diamond painting. And yeah, come back next week and see what I've got cooking next week. Alright, have a good day. I'll see you in the next video.